Yo, it's Bryan here. Today, gonna be talking about the San Francisco 49ers and grading their first 4 weeks of the NFL season. So let's get into it now. I'm gonna be doing it for every quarterly game, I guess you can say. So week 1 to 4, and then week 5 to 8, yada yada yada. Y'all know what I mean. So the next time I do this, week 5 to 8, I won't be talking about week 1 to 4. I'll just keep it to those 4 games, and then at the end, I'll accumulate all of it together into one final, I guess, report card, you can say, for the San Francisco 49ers 2017 NFL season. So a little bit different this year than last year. All I did with last year was just one halfway season and then just one at the end. But this year I'm going to be doing it into 4s and seeing if the 49ers can improve and what have you. So let's just get into it. Let's get the show on the road. So I'm going to be doing offensively, defensively, and special teams now. And first I'm going to start with special teams because that's pretty much the easiest one. I'm going to give him an A pretty much because, I mean, freaking Robbie Gould, he's made all his field goals. He's pretty much the MVP for the 49ers so far. If we didn't have Robbie Gould on our team, or if we didn't have Phil Dawson from last year, we would be nowhere, actually. It's not like Nick Folk and the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers missing all his field goals against the New England Patriots or against the Giants and what have you. That was a pretty terrible night for freaking Nick Folk. No fun for him, but we'll see what happens with him. But Robbie Gould, he is the total opposite. He's made all his field goals so far, so hopefully I'm not jinxing him right now. But man, he's just freaking amazing. That's all I can say. So pretty much going to give an A in special teams. But let's go to offense and defensively. So let's go to the positives, I guess you can say. Let's go with the defensive side of the ball. So I'm going to give him an A minus pretty much, or an A or something like that. You guys know what I mean. Actually, I'll just give him an A. I'm not going to do plus and minus. I think that's kind of BS to do plus and minus. My school actually does that. I hate how they do plus and minus, but whatever. But anyways, I'm going to give the 49ers defense an A. Yes, I will, because you have to take in consideration where they were last year. Last year, I pretty much gave them a D or an F pretty much because they were just absolutely terrible on defense last year. But it's the other way around this year. They have been pretty good so far, I think I would say. And even without Reuben Foster, I keep saying that over and over, that without Reuben Foster, they're still pretty good. And when he does come back, it's just going to be even more amazing. I think that's going to happen. And the defensive line is just freaking amazing. DeForest Buckner, oh man, he's just been the best defensive lineman so far, in my opinion, in the NFL. I guess a lot of people won't talk about him just because he plays for the 49ers and they're currently 0-4, but he's been doing a really good job pressuring the quarterback. I think he has like 20 plus pressures this year, more than any other defensive lineman in the NFL right now. And Sully Thomas, he's trying to get his way around. I think he had a pretty good game against the Arizona Cardinals, getting a sack against Carson Palmer. That was pretty good. Linebackers looking pretty good. Secondary needs a little bit of work, but other than that, there's been a lot more pressure, I think I would say. I mean, the only time they didn't pressure the quarterback was week 1 against the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton pretty much came out with a clean jersey like last year, but at the same time, they've been doing it a lot better every week as the weeks progress. So against the Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, and Arizona Cardinals. Well, Los Angeles Rams, they kind of struggled a bit, but against the Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals, against division rivals, they did a pretty good job, in my opinion. So I'm going to give them an A just because of the improvement from last year so far and being able to pressure the quarterback, being able to get some turnovers as well, I would say. So, I mean, they're looking pretty good, I would say, on the defensive side of the ball. So that's pretty much my evaluation. The defensive line's a lot better. Being able to pressure the quarterback, being able to get to the quarterback, being able to stop the run this year, thank God. Oh my gosh, imagine freaking all the running backs last year. They had a field day against the 49ers, but not this year. Actually, I mean, all the running backs have been pretty much struggling against the 49ers, against the run, especially the Arizona Cardinals last week. That was just pretty bad for them. I think they only had like 38 rushes for like 14 carries or something like that. That was Chris Johnson. I know David Johnson wasn't playing because he's on IR, but it was a pretty bad day for them. All the other running backs, they haven't had a pretty successful night. Like, except Todd Gurley, I guess you can say. But other than that, I mean, they've had a pretty good success against the run this year, a lot better than last year. And Robert Saleh, got to give him a lot of credit. He's a lot better than freaking Jim O'Neil. Oh my gosh. But prior to Robert Saleh, what he's been able to do with this 4-3 defense, it looks really good. And I'm just happy for it. And hopefully they can keep this up. And hopefully when Reuben Foster gets back, oh man, this defense is going to be even better, I think. So yeah, that's pretty much about the defense. I'm going to keep it like that. I don't want to talk about the defense forever, but we got to talk about the offensive side of the ball. Total opposite. Oh my gosh. The same story for the past couple of years. Quarterback play, not the best. Wide receivers dropping balls. Carlos Hyde being the beast. Yes, Carlos Hyde, he's like the only bright spot in the 49ers this year, I guess you can say, on the offensive side of the ball, because he's just been flat out balling right now. I think he's averaging like 4.5 yards a carry or something like that. So really good to see Carlos Hyde to do that. Hope he can keep this up. Hope he doesn't get injured or anything like that. And Brian Hoyer, oh, he is the talk of the town for the 49ers and the 49ers offense because, oh man, like, turnovers, I mean, how can I even explain this? Bad passes, just, oh, the Los Angeles Rams, the first interception on the first play, that was just fun to watch. And then Arizona Cardinals didn't look really good, only completed 49% of his passes. Not the best, but I mean, I had to give him a break just a little bit just because his receivers have been dropping a lot of easy passes, in my opinion, and what have you. And I mean, some of them are new. I guess you can say they're still trying to gel in. Brian Hoyer is even going to be the quarterback in the future, but George Kittle, I'm kind of a fan of his because he's shown some work for his first year, but at the same time, he's been dropping very easy passes, in my opinion. And Pierre Garçon, I think he's been doing a really good job for the San Francisco 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, he hasn't been the guy that I thought he was going to be, but I think he's injured right now. He had a concussion, so hopefully he feels better in the next couple of weeks or two. But we'll see if he can have some more impact for the 49ers more to come, because he dropped some easy passes as well. I think the one against the Carolina Panthers in the first game, he dropped a really easy pass going downfield, so I can't blame all of it on Brian Hoyer. But at the same time, Brian Hoyer's been throwing terrible interceptions, haven't been able to get anything going. He's the leader of the team, I guess you can say. So that is just the biggest disappointment in my opinion, is just Brian Hoyer. I thought he was going to be the guy that's going to stabilize the quarterback position, and technically they should be 3-1 to be honest with you. I think if Brian Hoyer hadn't done anything too crazy, didn't do any crazy turnovers early on in the game and during halftime, then I think the 49ers would be better than they're supposed to be. And even the Carolina Panthers, I still think they could beat the Carolina Panthers in my opinion. I know the score is really deceiving, 23-3, but at the same time, Brian Hoyer threw an interception. He had a lost fumble. I think that really turned the tide against the 49ers, against the Panthers, and ended up getting blown out for whatever reason. But anyways, don't want to do what ifs, but I mean, a lot of people are blaming everything on Brian Hoyer, and rightfully so. I mean, I would give like 85% of the blame to the 49ers offense to Brian Hoyer, and then maybe like 15% of his receivers not being able to do work. And offensive line early on, they weren't that good, but I think they're starting to gel on even more as the season progressed. So I'm really happy to see with the progress of the offensive line with Trent Brown and Joe Staley stabilizing the offensive line, trying their best to. So not too bad of a job. And Kyle Shanahan, I'll give them some credit. I mean, they tried their best to go on fourth down more often because they needed something to go on, but they have been really successful, and it's kind of disappointing to say, but I mean, I can't blame everything on Kyle Shanahan as well. But sometimes he can be a little too aggressive, in my opinion, just like the Super Bowl. Oh gosh, that was no fun for Kyle Shanahan during the Super Bowl, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to play a little bit more conservative, in my opinion, and can't let Brian Hoyer throw the ball all the time. You got to give the ball to Carlos Hyde as much as you can, and you still got other talent on the running back position as well. You got Raheem Morstead, and then Matt Breida. You should use him more often, and Kyle Juszczyk, man, you got to use Kyle Juszczyk more. I think vital to the offense as well, in my opinion. I know he's just a fullback, but I said in my video before the season started, he's one of the most vital free agents, in my opinion, for the offensive side of the ball, to give something for Brian Hoyer. And it's kind of like that, but at the same time, he's not the impact player that I thought he was going to be, but it's too early on to tell. But hopefully they can redeem themselves this week against the Colts and later on in the future. So if I had to give a grade for the offensive side of the ball, I would probably give it a C minus. Oh, actually, no, I'm not giving minuses. I'll probably give him a C. I'll probably give him an average grade. I would give him a D, F, to be honest with you, because of Brian Hoyer. But I mean, they're showing a little bit of progress, I would say, other ways on the offensive side of the ball, from the wide receiver somewhat, and the running back position, and the offensive line. They're starting to gel in, but it's just Brian Hoyer that's holding this team back, in my opinion, overall as a team, in my opinion. I mean, defensively, they're doing well. Robbie Gould's making all his field goals and what have you, but it's just Brian Hoyer. I don't know. I don't want to criticize Brian Hoyer too much. I always try to support him, what have you, but I'm losing a lot of patience on him already. I mean, I'm pretty much almost done with Brian Hoyer. But, I mean, he has the Colts this week, so hopefully he can actually do something against the Colts, because the Colts aren't that good. But if he can't do anything against the Colts, I think it's time to pull the plug and start CJ Beathard, because the Colts are not a good team. They're not like the Seattle Seahawks when they can be good. The LA Rams are really good this year so far. And the Arizona Cardinals, they're really talented. If he can't do good against Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts, then what's the point of starting him even more later on this season? So I think it might be time to start CJ Beathard, but we shall see. So anyways, that's going to be pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about the 49ers so far, offensively, defensively, special teams. What grade would you give each team, I guess you can say, as a unit and as a whole team? So overall, for a whole team, I'd probably give them a C as well. I mean, the offense is the reason why I give them a C. I mean, I would give them an A if the offense was well, but overall, as a team, I would give them a C. Defensively, I would give them an A. Special teams I give an A, and offensively I give them a C. I don't do plus and minus. I hate that plus and minus system and what have you, but I'm going to keep it like that. So just let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the 49ers season so far. And if you guys like this, please like, subscribe, do whatever you want with this, and I'll catch you guys up later. I hope you guys have a nice day, nice weekend, nice whatever. You guys enjoyed the game against the Colts, and I'll see you guys when I react the game to the Colts. Hopefully we win the game. So bye guys, see y'all soon.